Hi, welcome to Hope and Belonging Highlight. I'm Allison Wickline Burns, and today we are chatting about the social work career path. March is National Social Work Month, so we wanted to take some time to talk to some of DePaul's staff members who have backgrounds in social work, and we're just going to chat with them about their experiences. So, joining me first are Tanya and Ryan. Thank you all for being here.
Thanks, Allison, for having us.
Thank you.
And first of all, can you both just tell us your titles and how long you've been at DePaul?
Sure. I'm Tanya Muncie. I'm an adoption specialist and supervisor, working in our pre-adoption program, and I have been with DePaul for 7 years.
And I'm Ryan Downey. I am an independent living specialist, case manager in our Roanoke Independent Living Apartment Program. And I've been with DePaul for about 18 and a half years.
Wow. Well, first, I just want to start kind of back at the beginning. What led you all to pursue a career in social work?
I have always had a desire to help others, but I will give credit to my aunt's partner. She was a social worker and still is. She was my inspiration to enter into the field. And then when I actually entered into the field, I strive to be the person that I would have wanted in my corner or my family's corner. And that really drives like my why as a social worker.
Yeah, and for me, I guess you could say I sort of stumbled into the social work field. It's not what I initially intended to do. I had intended to go into Christian ministry, although after college I took a job at Roanoke City Department of Social Services just to have a job where I could help people and figure out what my future looked like. So once I got started in the field, I found my place and I found a lot of I don't know, worth and in the work, and I guess that's why I've been in it for over 20 years.
So, what are the best parts of this work day to day? And then on the flip side, what is the most challenging part of being a social worker or being in this field in some way?
For me, as an adoption specialist, the best part of my work is being able to support families and youth begin their adoption journey and to end that foster care journey. Each youth foster care journey is very different, and being able to support the families through this transition on their lifelong adoption journey is really rewarding. On the flip side of that, one of the most challenging aspects that I have faced is when children in foster care are in foster care for an extended amount of time and they experience that uncertainty of when their adoption can move forward. And that really places an emotional toll on the family and the youth.
And for me, in independent living, I think the best part of my work is really celebrating the succeed, seeing the clients, the young adults have successes, and being able to celebrate with them in that. A lot of these young adults who have aged out of the foster care system, a lot of them haven't had a lot of wins in their life. And so seeing them have those successes and kind of helping them to get to that place is one of the most awesome things to see them get excited about, things that they maybe thought would never really happen for them. And on the flip side of that, I guess one of the most challenging things is, I guess, what we would call in the field gaps in services. I get a lot of calls and talk to a lot of people all the time that are saying, I know this individual, they have this particular set of needs, can you help them or can you point me to someone who can? Um, Often we can connect them with the appropriate resources to kind of address that need, but ever so often, it's that individual that for whatever reason, something's going that a particular set of circumstances in their life means that they kind of fall in a gap. And to be able to look at a person who has that genuine need, but not really be able to help them is pretty discouraging.
Yeah. And it's something that you guys obviously have a little bit different jobs, but you guys are seeing some of those same good parts and also some of those same challenging parts day to day. And I know other staff members at DePaul deal with that as well, no matter what program you're in or what your title is at DePaul. So what, just to kind of wrap up here, my last question, what do you wish people understood about the social work career path, or what do you think are the misconceptions about this work and what it's like day to day?
I think one of the biggest misconceptions about the social work profession is that all social workers work for Child Protective Services, which we know is just not true. And while my heart is with children and families, and I'm very privileged to be able to serve these families in the private nonprofit foster care field, there are many social workers who work in schools, courts, hospitals, private mental health professionals. I mean, the social work career path is very vast and it specializes in a lot of different things.
And I would just echo what Tanya said. That's literally what I was going to say. One of the biggest misconceptions is, what is a social worker? Well, the social work is a field, it's not a job, right? So as she said, there's all types of different domains that social workers work in, and even within a given uh, department or organization, there's lots of different roles that do a lot of different types of things. So I think a lot of people, when they hear the word social worker, they have something in their mind about what that means. And yeah, for just them to have the understanding that, there's a lot of different types of social work roles, and all of them are very important. And also, just something I would like everybody to know is just that the social work field is hard and it can take a toll on you. And it's very fulfilling and rewarding and worthwhile, but it also exposes us oftentimes to some uglier sides of life, and that can take a toll on you if you don't really take care of yourself. So within the social work field, self-care is equally as important as the care we provide to others.
I love that. And I think prioritizing self care is huge, making sure you have that village around you and that network of support because you guys are dealing with things. I mean, you really don't know from day to day what's going to come across your desk and what you're going to see. So, well, thank you all for taking the time today to share your experiences. I really appreciate it.
Not a
Thanks for
problem.
having us, Allison.
Thank you.
And joining me now is Kristen, who also works in the social work field. Kristen, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Can you just introduce yourself and then let us know how long you've been at DePaul and what your title is?
Yeah, so I am Kristen Westman. I have been with DePaul. It'll be right at a little over 30 years, in May, and I am a residential manager for the sponsored DD program.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for being here again. And let's start with our first question. What led you to pursue a career in social work?
Um, I think what really interested me was just how broad the social work aspect is. Like, you can really go in any direction and work anywhere with any population. And that was really great because I really like helping everyone.
So, what in your day-to-day work, what is the best part of this? And also, what is the most challenging part of what you do?
Um, I think the best part is just seeing the way that you can really change someone's life, and provide that support and be the shoulder that they can lean on. And the hardest part, of course, is, when those bad days happen and there's really nothing you can do, and it's just part of being a social worker. You have the good and you have the bad.
So, what is the biggest misconception you think about social work, or what do you wish more people understood about this career path?
So I think the biggest misconception is definitely that a social worker only works with a certain population. They only do a certain type of work. And, like I mentioned before, social work is so broad and you can really do anything. I've worked with so many different populations in my career, and I think that's why I love it so much, is because you can really do anything for anyone.
Well, thank you so much for being here, and we appreciate everything you do. as well as all the social workers at DePaul. And I want to say a big thank you to all the social workers out there. If you're watching this, we appreciate you and we appreciate everything that you do, all the amazing work and all the heartbreaking work that you have to do as well. So thank you. And thank you to everyone who is watching. We appreciate your support, and we will be back next month with another Hope and Belonging highlight.